यार 12 महीने पहले आप बू 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 करे जा रहे थे बंदे को.
I'm not going to entertain this media now. Okay, who is responsible for it? I don't know. Somebody messed up the way the transition happened.
But it does tell you a bit about fan culture in our country, mere bhai.
When you're removing Rohit Sharma, you have to manage the optics in a way in which it looks like a smooth transition that the fans are going to accept. The fact is,
you think the booing will continue?
यार तू कर ले जो करना है, and I'm gonna just do whatever I want. And we were okay with Rohit, but we're not okay with Hardik because we don't think he's a better captain than us.
He will always put a question mark on it, ना मेरे भाई. भाई की हाल चाल है. IPL में हमारी analysis शुरू होगी, but I guess one of the things that really stood out for me, one of the things that really stood out was the booing with regards to a certain Hardik Pandya, and it was not just restricted to कि आप जब वानखेड़े नहीं खेल रहे हो, जब भाई जनाब अहमदाबाद खेलने गए बू हो रहे हैं, राजस्थान गए बू हो रहे हैं, तो मतलब जहां भी जा रहे हैं हार्दिक पांड्या मुंबई इंडियंस की जर्सी है तो बूइंग चल रही है. एंड इट वाज दैट काइंड ऑफ अ सीजन, डिडंट ट्रांसलेट टू अ गुड सीजन ऑन द फील्ड एज वेल, एंड यू कैन अंडरस्टैंड दैट क्योंकि जब भसड़ मची हुई है एंड द फैंस ऑफ कोर्स आर शोइंग दैट डिस्प्लेजर, वो भसड़ कहीं ना कहीं कम्स इनटू इफेक्ट एंड अफेक्ट्स योर परफॉर्मेंस ऑन द फील्ड. दैट इज वन थिंग. माय पॉइंट इज कि उसके बाद फिर आया जी T20 विश्व कप. आप T20 विश्व कप जीते हो, फिर आप वानखेड़े आए सेलिब्रेट करने के लिए, वो उठे जनाब, सब ने आपके लिए चीयर किया है. उसके बाद आप अभी हाल ही में चैंपियंस ट्रॉफी जीते हो तो वहां पे भी सब लोग ऑफ कोर्स आपकी वाहवाही कर रहे हैं. माय गेस इज यू विल आल्सो से इट, आई विल आल्सो से इट, कि द बूइंग विल नॉट हैपन दिस सीजन. एंड credit to Mumbai Indians that courtesy, despite all that booing and acha pacha ye wo, they've stuck to their guns saying Hardik is our man going forward. Rohit is also not going anywhere. Surya Kumar Yadav is there and so on, and Jasprit Bumrah is there and so on and so forth. But it does tell you a bit about fan culture in our country, mere bhai. The fickle-mindedness, or should I say, the transactional nature that you see. कि मतलब यार 12 महीने पहले आप बू 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 करे जा रहे थे बंदे को, अब बंदा आ गया वहां पे 12 महीने के बाद और कोई बू बू नहीं, ये कर रहे हैं. तो मतलब जो बंदा है, जो who is in the center of the storm, what is he supposed to say about fan culture? He will always put a question mark on it, ना मेरे भाई. कहता है यार 12 महीने तो तुम मेरी यहाँ पे पैंट उतार रहे थे, अब यहाँ पे देखो जी सब वाई कर रहे हो क्योंकि मैं जीत के आ गया हूँ कुछ.
There's a problem, and the problem is very clear. And who is responsible for it? I don't know. But somebody messed up the way the transition happened. When you are removing
What do you
Rohit
mean by
Sharma,
that?
who's won you 4 trophies, when you're removing Rohit Sharma, you have to manage the optics in a way in which it looks like a smooth transition. There was a question that somebody asked him on a podium that there's a captaincy clause in your contract that you will only move from Gujarat. You will only move from Gujarat to Mumbai if you are made captain. All right. Now, there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that. But the way you manage that information is a problem. If you're not upfront and transparent, there is a problem. The people are going to think that, yeah, Rohit Sharma ko tumne side pe kar diya. And the fact is, the fans are saying that, you know, look, fans have never been seen as important in India. Like in other parts of the world, in other franchise, football ho gaya ya other things ho gaya, basketball ho gaya. Now fans are saying, if you are not going to address us and give us the information that we need to feel comfortable about this move that you are taking as the administrator, then we are going to get angry. And the bad luck is that Hardik Pandya did not answer that question. Mark Boucher was asked, he was support staff, he didn't answer the question. So I'm saying that Hardik has redeemed himself for India in the months after that IPL. And so there is a chance that he's not
So the only way of redeeming yourself is to go and win a trophy? Isn't that transactional in nature?
तो यार what is wrong with transactional? यार तुम 20 करोड़ दे रहे हो इनको, ट्रांजैक्शन के लिए तो खेल रहे हैं
पाजी. तो ठीक है पाजी, जो है तो आपके एक वैल्यू के लिए आपको मिल रहा है, वो छोड़ दो ना. आपको कितने मिल रहे हैं, क्यों मिल रहे हैं, जो भी है आचा पाता. लीग की वैल्यू इतनी है कि you can afford to pay its players. As simple as that.
What are you saying? You are saying that the fans are transactional.
पाजी ऑफ कोर्स.
तो यार
you're certainly वाहवाही कर रहे हो. वो जो ट्रॉफियां जीत गए इंडिया के साथ, तो आप वाहवाही कर रहे हो अब आप.
नहीं, we don't know that. We don't know if the fans are going to accept Hardik Pandya. You and I are assuming that the fans are going to accept. The fact is,
you think the booing will continue? Because मुझे पता है, okay.
One thing is clear, Rohit has won those 2 trophies. Hardik played an important part, but Rohit was the captain of those 2 trophies. So Rohit has redeemed himself as a captain that Mumbai should have stuck around with. You have to sense that whether this leader will be accepted by the fans. That's not something they factored in. They did not factor in.
I'm sure they would have factored it in. You've been a part of the most successful period.
Yes, but
the point, you've been a part of that. You know that Paltan.
But
you know all of that.
But when Rohit is not giving the vibes, I want to sit back and relax, and I am actually angry with this, All right, then
So
the
that
fans are going to
possibly
back
went
your all.
against them.
So
So
that
then that went against them. Na, ki that guy was not buying in completely. Na.
no, but why would he buy it, yaar? He's won 2 trophies for Indian team after that. So you wanted to make the transition. Why should he be removed as captain? What has he done wrong that he should be removed? If Sachin Tendulkar can effectively decide that I will retire on one day, and Rohit and Virat are still playing
Paji,
ODI cricket
Paji,
and
I'm
Test
sorry,
cricket,
Paji. अगर आप एक फ्रेंचाइज में इतने टाइम से आप खेल रहे हो, you personally you might not want to move on. Okay, fine, I understand that. You feel that you're giving it all. But if you feel your franchise has taken a certain decision and they are backing a certain someone, then it's time for you to step back in the shadows and buy into that decision. Otherwise, what will happen is what happened last season. It's as
so
simple as
that's
that. Malida
but
banega.
that's exactly what I'm saying. That when you have a team, when you have a captain who has been at the center of your team for and has made you win 4 trophies, you have to look at the guy and be like, yeah, look, we think this is the time for transition. Would you
Do you
support
think they
it?
wouldn't have done? But why do you think they wouldn't have done that? Why do you suppose they wouldn't have done that?
But
100% they would have done that.
because if he would have done that, the vibes of Rohit Sharma and Hardik Pandya would have been much more assimilated. But the vibes were not. The vibes on the field were like, "Yaar, tu kar le jo karna hai, and I'm gonna just do whatever I want." He's not saying that like Sanjay Manjrekar behave. Sanjay Manjrekar had to say behave, but Rohit Sharma never said behave.
Exactly my point. Virat Kohli is going there and saying कि you guys should not be doing this.
Doing this. But why
I
is
think
not Rohit
Bumrah
saying it?
also went out and said,
So, but Rohit is
Paji,
not
that's my
saying it because
point.
he feels slighted. He feels slighted because somebody
At the
mismanaged
cost of
this.
what? At the
At
cost
the
of what?
cost of the fact that he's the guy who should have still been his captain. There's no
No, but
reason
at
to
the
remove
cost
him
of
yet.
what then for the franchise? At the cost of the franchise
Yeah.
suffering, having a very poor season. And I'm not okay. Don't get for the people listening to this. It can't just boil down to one Rohit Sharma or a Hardik Pandya. You had a bad season because a lot of other factors come into play. But this is one of those primary reasons in your franchise not doing well last season is because
No,
of
no,
that
Arjun.
blood that was outside the field, that was in the field, and it was everywhere wherever you were going. Right?
No. See, it's not
100%,
about
Paji.
just Rohit and Hardik. It is about the fact that when you have a Rohit and you have a team of very solid players, strong personalities that have got accustomed to the idea of Rohit, and you bring in one of their peers to lead. Hardik Pandya is coming in to lead suddenly because the management decided. Those peers will also be like, yeah, nahi. What about us? And we were okay with Rohit, but we're not okay with Hardik because we don't think he's a better captain than us.
But you have it on record to say that they said that, Paji. That's what I'm trying to
No,
ask
of
you.
course not.
हम
Of course
assume
not.
कर रहे हैं. These are all
But
assumptions.
yes, but all I'm saying is that the culture of the team and the fact that it finished 10th only points to that. We don't have evidence to support that. They were using Hardik as the attack mode, and they were trying to. This was not. Why does somebody boo? That we are not happy with something. They're not booing Hardik alone. Maybe they are booing Hardik because they're like, but Hardik is not the decision maker. Now they can't boo Nita Ambani when she comes on stage because they know the repercussions of that. So,
Don't
so
know. I don't think
they
so.
will potentially boo
Power
the
of
face.
collective.
It's a failure of the administration. Also, now it's not necessary that they'll come out and boo again, right? They will basically be like, "हाँ ठीक है, अभी made a point." It's also likely.
Yeah, I guess so. I don't think वो boo फिर से होने वाला है. Because this team is too strong, Paji. This team is just way too strong. And to be fair, जो आपने बात बोली है कि their team इतनी मजबूत है that only outside and अंदर का भसड़.
You have personalities inside the team. All right, you have 4 personalities. You have Hardik Pandya, Rohit Sharma, Surya Kumar Yadav, and Bumrah. Bumrah captained India in the Test, and he's on an entire trip. His entire trip these days is why are fast bowlers not considered for Indian captaincy, and he's trying to be the next Indian captain. He wants to be the next Indian captain. He's made that
बन जाएगा वो
absolute
red ball captain. Yeah,
number
he'll
one.
become red ball
Number
captain.
2, Surya Kumar Yadav is your Indian team T20 captain.
Yes.
Indian team T20 captain. So he has his opinions. He has them ingrained. He has a very good understanding of the entire Indian structure right now. Number 3, Rohit Sharma, and then you have Hardik Pandya, who's the captain. There are 4 brains
You
in that.
forgot Robin Mins.
No, of course. There are 4 brains out there who all think they know. This is the
ठीक है
problem.
भाई, but we're not looking at when it will work beautifully. Because if it worked beautifully, बहुत तगड़ी टीम है भाई, बहुत ज़्यादा ही तगड़ी टीम है. तो देखते हैं. And I think a year on, things would have settled down, and everyone will know their roles, and everyone will buy into their roles, which
I
was not
don't
the case 365 days back. I agree. I'll give you that.
I
think
don't
they'll buy
think
into it
that.
now.
Okay, so let's just do this very quickly. Which was the year that they won the IPL? Okay, the last IPL. Let's quickly go back and see.
कौन सा था? दो तीन साल पहले.
Indians won in 2019, right?
Hmm.
They won in 2019. And at
Last.
that time, right? I'm just looking at that. No, I'm not sure if it was the last, but they won that time.
No, उससे बाद भी जीतते हैं भाई.
Okay, there was Rohit there as captain. All right. There was Surya Kumar Yadav and Yuvraj Singh. And there were the other two big people, Jasprit Bumrah, Lasith Malinga.
Paulie must have been there. Pollard
Okay,
must have been there.
Pollard was not there. Pollard was there. But none of them were potential captains. None of them wanted to be captains. None of them were signaling that they wanted to take those positions. Whenever
Good
Mumbai
point.
has won in the past, they have not had others who also have aspirations for captaincy. And that's the problem.